What we do like to do here on the program is talk a little trade, and it's a great time of year where teams are realizing if they're in or out. So it's time to talk some trades for Week 15 with Joey P and the Welsh. So Welsh, who is on the board for us this week when it comes to making moves?
All right. Well, I've got, call them definitives. I've got 3 players that I'm involving in trades that I'm going to give you, but I want to have a public conversation here. So here's going to be the question. So people in the chat can comment, and anyone watching this on demand after the fact, comment below. Should we be trading Garret Crochet? I believe Garret Crochet kind of sits in this Luis Heel world. Conceptually, everybody feels there's a couple of those guys. It's, hey, this guy seems like he's kind of limited a little bit, and they've performed well. Everybody and their mother last month said this is the best time to trade Luis Heel. If you said the same thing about Garret Crochet, it hasn't paid off, because since June 1st, Garret Crochet has the 7th best ERA in baseball at 1.91. What it ranks doesn't matter. That's elite. This might matter. He has, since June 1st, the best K per 9 in baseball at 13.38. The best K percentage at 37.8 in all of baseball qualified. And this is the craziest one. The best K minus walk percentage. So, I mean, he doesn't walk. It's around like 4%, 33.8% K minus walk percentage. No pitcher in that period of time has also had a higher WAR. So the what we know that's a bonus here is any trade he has that he goes moves off, it's a bonus for him. So you're taking all these amazing numbers, and then if he goes somewhere else, this is amazing here. But then we have the dreaded innings cap here. So I think this is more fascinating. There's been more public talk about Luis Heel in that situation, and he has regressed. Garret Crochet went through his regression, if you remember, after like the first month, and bounce back. He has been one of the best pitchers in all of baseball and can only get better if traded, but the cap is out there. So the question is, and I'll ask you, Joe, are you trading Garret Crochet knowing that whoever buys is going to try to sell you on that they may get their innings limited? And do you want to trade him because you think those innings are going to be capped?
I say this. I lean towards keeping him because unlike Heel, it's a bit bigger of a guy. You're talking about a guy who's 6'6", 250 versus a guy that's 6'2", 185. So in terms of frame, I think maybe physically he can push himself a little bit further this year than Luis Heel, who also Heel has had a lot of injuries in the past too throughout his career. Like that's been the thing that's kind of popped up. So it's a little apple and oranges. I would also say this. I don't think we're at peak value for Crochet yet. I would give it another couple weeks, and if he gets dealt to a Yankees, a Baltimore Orioles, a Los Angeles Dodgers, then I look and put him out there on the block and see if somebody wants to overpay. Because if you're going to overpay, then I'm definitely selling. But right now I'm a hold. And for those 2 reasons, frame. And the other reason is I think the peak value comes when he gets dealt to that definitive contender, and then possibly the market overpays. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a value on Crochet. I'm looking for an overpay for Crochet. That's how I approach it.
The other way to present it too, here's the worst case scenario, is the trade option is too high. They don't trade him. He stays a White Sox, and then he gets shut down. And that's the scenario where you're like, oh crap, I didn't benefit from it. I've seen a lot of the chat kind of saying they're going to stick with it. I, for the most part, am going to also hold on to Crochet in the exact same vein of what I talked about with Luis Heel, that I think they've openly been trying to talk about no big shutdown with him. The trade option makes it really valuable, but I think this is a peak. He has been, arguably the best pitcher over the last month, but he is facing these big things. And Wonky also said the thing that I alluded to. We don't know if a team trades for him, if there will be a cap. We assume there won't be because they're trading for him. So I'm curious at what everybody has to say. Chat looks like most, at least in the live chat, are not most trading. Yeah. But what about everybody that's watching on demand? And I kind of think
comments below on the YouTube channel if you're watching there.
Unless it's a big offer. I'm only taking big offers. People have got to give me a big offer if I'm moving off, because I think you're better set. So here are 3 players that are on my trade mind right now. One is Luis Robert, another White Sox in here. And I think I am trading 4 on the year. Robert's got 9 homers, 3 stolen bases, but he's hitting just 205. So that return luster, gone. Since June 10th, 5 homers, 2 stolen bases. So we've seen a big power output, but his average has still kind of suffered around 217. But he's had one of the worst BABIPs in baseball in that June 10th period time, around 244. But he dropped his K percentage during that time, over 5% versus the start of the year. He's walking more. And on top of the luck aspect of the BABIP, there is still a potential for a huge trade. And if he's to be traded out, I think that, again, that helps his RBI run opportunities. He's been BABIP'd a little bit. He's getting better. He's getting his feet under. And it's kind of the same, this isn't like the Garrett Cole spring training thing, but he missed significant time and he's starting to show those signs. So I'm trying to buy low on Luis Robert right now, where people are a little frustrated by seeing the overall average. Number 2 is another player I'm trading for. It's a pitcher trading for Red Sox, Cutter Crawford. 3.54 ERA, 9.29 K per 9, and just under 3 walks per 9. Those are the season totals. But he has just a 3-7 record, 3 wins, 7 losses on the year, which have kept his overall ranking on a lot of those stats or those sites because it's low. 3 wins doesn't get you a whole lot. But since June 10th, has the 10th best K percentage in baseball, 32.5%, and the 10th best K minus walk percentage at 25%. Those are great numbers. In that same period of time, he's got a 3.66 ERA and a 3 Sierra. So even better regressional ERA numbers. The homers are a little bit of a problem with him, and there's been some BABIP luck in his favor. I think it's been around 175 in that period of time, but the no wins has kept that value down. It doesn't keep him in the top range. I think Cutter Crawford is a great guy to try to target. And then finally, Joe, I'm curious what you're going to have to say about this. I am trading away a player, and the performance has been a little bit wonky, not penguin, but wonky. And this is a name value trade. I am trading away Astros Framber Valdez. It's got a 4.11 ERA, 6 wins, and a horrible 7.17 K per 9 and over 3 walks per 9 on the year. So those ratios, bad. His Sierra, over 4. His expected ERA, over 4. Underlying, his sinker, 2 miles per hour slower this year. And what's even been worse is his curve is out of the zone. It's primary on the low part of the zone when it's good. This year, it's been sitting outside of the zone. And that has also, I think, made his changeup less effective. His changeup is getting hit around 260 batting average against. So I don't like the underlying stats. I really don't like anything about it. I am trading out name value on Framber Valdez, probably rather Ronel Blanco at this point. So trading away Framber, what say you about Framber, knowing he's underperformed on the year, great context of a team. You've got the history of him. Are you pushing back against me on this?
Just a little, because I believe enough in Framber's body of work that I think, like some other teams, they flip the switch when it's go time. And I think Framber's enough for me where I look at the next 3 months of the season. I say, would I rather have Gossman or would I have Framber Valdez? I'd rather have Framber Valdez. So I'm willing to go in for that. Tucker's been out a couple weeks. I'm willing to say, yeah, it hasn't been a good first half, or maybe up to expectations. But to me, Framber was always more of a 1A than a 1 anyway. So maybe there's even value on trading for him because maybe there's a better version. Now, some of the stats you're giving out there are a little concerning. The miles per hour being down, a little concerning. There's no doubt about that. But I will say I'm probably more on the, if I can get him on the cheap, yes. If I'm paying high costs, no. But those are really good names and some great conversations too. If you've got questions, make sure you go to FantasyPros.com. Check out all the buy low, sell high articles on there on FantasyPros.com on the MLB page. And that, my friends, is Talking Trades for Week 15.